Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that intro! Edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am Comic Hero. On this episode, I'm celebrating Memorial Day. Now I'll touch base on what that means a little later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, last week's episode, I asked which Batman villain has an IQ of 190. Well, the correct answer is the Riddler. And 5 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is... Patsy Bailey from Arcadia, Louisiana. So congratulations, Patsy. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode. And this is a Marvel question, and it's very easy. And if you don't think the question is easy, the one hint I'm going to give is going to be very easy. All right. Which Marvel character has depth perception due to loss of vision in his left eye? All right, I'm only going to give one hint. And that hint is, this character has been in Marvel Studios movies since 2008 and has been played by Samuel L. Jackson. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight is usually reserved for viewers to make requests. But with this being Memorial Day and this also being Military Appreciation Month, I decided to come up with one, and this one features 2 of the most decorated military characters in both the DC Universe and the Marvel Universe. Representing DC, we have Sergeant Rock. And representing Marvel, we have Nick Fury. These 2 are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call...
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Sergeant Rock versus Nick Fury. Sergeant Rock is a crack marksman of all armed weapons. He is also a highly effective close combat fighter, mostly known for using a style of street fighting mixed with boxing and judo. Nick Fury is a master in espionage and intelligence gathering, a skilled military strategist, a special operations expert, and a skilled armed and unarmed combatant and martial artist who possesses longevity via the Infinity Formula. Who would win? This fight would start out with hand-to-hand combat. Fury would have the upper hand due to his prowess of martial arts. After a few minutes of punches and kicks, and blocking punches and kicks, Fury sweeps Rock's leg. Fury then attempts to end the fight with a heart punch, but Rock pulls out a starter pistol. Instead of attacking each other any further, Fury helps Rock get back to a vertical base. The 2 then launch into a conversation about their tours of duty, war stories, and war wounds. They also talk about the comrades who fell during their tours and along the way. America wins. And that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed that fight, and I'll have another one for episode 484. Now, if you want to make a request for future episodes, you can do so, but I have rules. The first rule, there has to be at least one comic book or manga character involved. The second rule, that comic book or manga character could go up against another comic book or manga character, a video game character, or a serious-minded cartoon character like Lion-O, Voltron, any member of the Silverhawks, any member of the Tiger Sharks, anyone like that. But make sure that your request make sense. It really wouldn't make a lot of sense for Cyborg to go up against Shadowcat. Now you're probably wondering, what's so bad about that? Think about it. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is The Amazing Spider-Man number 50. Batman Superman World's Finest number 27. Blood Hunt number 2. Catwoman number 65. Fall of the House of X number 5. Green Lantern War Journal number 9. The Immortal Thor number 11. Rogue Sun number 19. The Sensational She-Hulk number 8. The Spectacular Spider-Man number 3. Really excited about this one. Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider number 1. The Superior Spider-Man number 7. Superman number 14. Thundercats number 4. Titans number 11. Ultimate Black Panther number 4. And finally, Wonder Woman number 9. Alright, that's 17, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 12,912. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode. And here's the question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which Marvel character has depth perception due to loss of vision in his left eye? Well, here are the hints again. The first hint is that, or rather, the one hint is that this character has appeared in Marvel Studios movies since 2008 and has been played by Samuel L. Jackson. And then I'm just going to go ahead and throw this one in, but this character may or may not have been featured in the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight earlier on this episode. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Patsy Bailey from Arcadia, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this episode. All right, now today is Memorial Day. It's when we honor the men and women that have served in any branch of the U.S. military who are no longer with us, whether they were killed in action, are missing in action, are prisoners of war, or died later in life when their services were up. Now, I personally know some folks who served our country who died later in life after their services were up, and I know their families, and I also know the families of those that were killed in action or missing in action and are prisoners of war. All I just want to say to all y'all is I love y'all, and this episode is in loving memory of your loved one, and it's in honor of y'all. And you know, I say this quite often whenever I do this Memorial Day episode, but in addition to reaching out to our veterans, to showing love to our veterans, we also need to do the same for their families and also the families of the fallen. I mean, wounds can be very fresh, and you know when you know it's kind of hard when there is a void, when someone is no longer here on this earth. There's a hole that just can't be filled. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with still reaching out to these people, showing love to these people. I mean, that's, you know, the only way that we're going to get through this thing called life is with love. I mean, just love. I mean, don't be self-preserving. You know, being self-preserving, life's too short for that. Show love to everyone. Period. All right, this is a Memorial Day Comic Hero tee. And here on the left sleeve, you have the Honor and Remember flag. And then right here on the right sleeve, you have the American flag. Now, if you would like one of your own, you can find them on iamthecomichero.com/shop for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the Wounded Warrior Project. And if you would, if you would like the last name of a family member who has fallen or no longer with us, if you would like the last name here, and then whatever branch of the U.S. military here, I will do so with no extra cost. A lot of, someone once asked me, why do you do that? I say, well, because honoring and remembering someone is priceless. And again, I'll say it again, I love y'all. All the families of and close friends of your loved ones who are no longer with us that have served this country, I love y'all. And there's absolutely nothing y'all can do about it. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode, it's back, folks. The Summer of Superheroes. This has been a staple on the Comic Hero Show every summer since 2019, and this is the 6th one. And I'm very excited about it. On episode 483, in honor of the 60th anniversary, I'm going to show some love to everyone's favorite super spy, the Black Widow. Then on episode 484, I'm going to show some love to the Emerald Archer, Green Arrow. And on episode 485, I'm going to show some love to the Avenger of Archery, Hawkeye. And this is the last time I'm going to say this, but this weekend, I'll say it again, this weekend, meet me at the Earl J. Barbary Senior Convention Center, which is in the back of Paragon Casino and Resorts in Marksville, Louisiana. That's the site of the 4th annual Sinlaw Collector Con. I have just gotten done making the merch, and I'm going to start packing everything up. And then later this week, the day before, I'm making my way down to Marksville. So I hope to see y'all there, whether you live near or far. And this is one of several cons in Louisiana. All right. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, I recently designed a new or a third logo, and I'm going to let y'all see it. Check it out. Now, if you come to Sinlock Collector Con on Saturday, you will be able to go, if you want, you can purchase your very own. Now, by the way, the name of that logo is the Now Man. Now stands for Not of This World, and or Not of the World, rather. No, Not of the World. And I'm going to sell some stickers of that logo at Sinlock Collector Con, and they're going to be $2. So y'all go on. So if I'm only going to have 50 of them. So my advice to y'all on Saturday, y'all. Oh, by the way, Sinlock Collector Con is from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you're going to come, you may want to come early. You may want to come soon, because chances are I may sell out of that that sticker, and probably within the first 2 or 3 hours. So all I have to say, like the song by Loretta Lynn, y'all come. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. As soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on a Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. As soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the East Texas Comic Con Fans Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on a Comic Hero. I'll see some of y'all this weekend for Sinlock Collector Con, and I'll see everyone else next week for episode 483, the first episode of Summer of Superheroes 6. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!